I'm on this stairway talking to my friend. My friend Noah saw this, and we're like on this stairway. It's like this like loft apartment party in like the East Village. It's like a huge like lofty vibe.
Yeah.
And we're about to dip, and she walks past me, starts making out with me.
Oh.
And I'm like, holy shit. Then walks away, and I go, oh my God. I go, can I, can I get your Instagram? And she turns around and goes, walking down the stairs, goes, no.
Oh my God.
And I turn to my friend Noah and I go, I love that woman so much.
And we're so fucking back. It's the You're an Idiot podcast. I'm Alex Dragovich. Joined with me today, the giant Q-tip himself, Tommy Bayer. What's
Did you have
up?
that? You had that plan?
I thought about that on the walk
you
over.
Thought you were like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like that's gonna hit.
That's a good start.
Hit. Yeah.
Yeah, the walking Q-tip. Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's you, big boy.
Mhm.
You are 6'4", 6'3",
6'0",
6'0",
6'0",
165.
140.
No.
Dude, 143. I weighed myself
No.
at a gym 3 weeks ago. I'm 143.
Really?
I got up.
All right, we gotta change
talk
that.
about well, you know, it's actually really. I'm actually trying to.
I don't want to talk. I don't want this to be like a. I don't want this to be like a lifestyle podcast or anything like that. But let's address your.
Well, see, the thing is, I'm really trying to get my weight up because I've been playing a lot of basketball.
Yes.
And like, you know, I'm a real fucking problem out there.
Yes, you are.
You know, I can jump high. I'm dunking again.
Right.
And like not well, but I'm getting up there. I'm getting my shot back, and I'm just getting a lot of guys in my men's league and at the park. I'm feeling good.
140.
So here's the problem. I get moved. So I get moved around.
Yeah.
Like I can jump high, but my rebound ability is like taken away if you just have like an arm on my
right
shoulder.
You're the weight of a perfectly hot girl.
That's like the nicest thing.
Yeah. Just like
I've ever heard.
Yeah, of like a total. You're a total catch.
Yeah,
to men.
Yeah, and to also bisexual women.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. But yeah, you're getting bodied on the court. You got to get.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm pretty tough though, so it's okay. But like, believe it or not,
I'm scrappy.
I'm scrappy.
A scrappy 143.
Yeah.
That's the way your girlfriend talks about you.
Sure. Yeah.
You met a new guy. What's he like? He's fucking scrappy.
He's a scrappy
140.
Dude, I know. I'm trying to get to like 150, you know, and still have like abs, but just kind of have some more muscle.
I think it's got to be your digestive. What's the thing? Your the shit that it makes you shit fat. What's the word I'm thinking of?
Crohn's?
Metabolism. Your metabolism. Yeah, I think it might be your Crohn's.
Damn, it is my Crohn's.
It's your metabolism is crazy fast then.
Yeah, it's pretty fast. I eat pretty like decent. I try to not eat like a ton of junk food.
Dude, you can eat. You know you can. You're 143.
Yeah, I know.
You can eat whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I know.
Let's not go spinach salad at 143.
Yeah.
If you're trying to like bump in the paint.
I'm just trying to like be a little bit more of a force out there, and I'm pretty strong at 143.
Yeah.
But like, you know, Allen Iverson was like 155.
I don't think so, bro. I think he was 165. I think he's maybe.
Connor, can you look that up? Allen Iverson rookie year. I know it's gonna say he's like 6'0", 160.
I also
or maybe 6'1", but I think he's like a 5'11".
I don't want this to be a pod too where we're like kind of like Roganized in the sense where it's like you got to get your weight up, you got to lift. Like,
you know
hey,
what?
listen,
I think like
if you're a thin dude, if you're light, like that's fine. You know, all men are welcome here. I get it. But I do think you don't need to like watch your carbs, you know?
No, I'm not watching my car. I just
165.
165 rookie year.
Dude, that's small, man.
AI had 22 pounds on you?
That's like embarrassing.
That's crazy,
Isn't that, like,
dude.
embarrassing?
No,
that
dude.
AI had weight on me.
Yeah. You're at an Auschwitz weight.
Yeah.
Where like you're 6 weeks into Auschwitz.
Yeah, that's my album, by the way. That's the 6 weeks into Auschwitz. Yeah, I need to get to like
That's
one.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
no, but I'm trying to gain weight just to get better at playing other grown men at basketball.
Tommy and I and our friends, we all love ball. We're in like a hoops group chat, which is something I actually wanted to start with.
It's been a great time.
We're in a Timberwolves group chat,
you really
guys.
pissed me off in the group chat, but in a really fun way and like a very appropriate way that you're the heel.
Because I think this is important for every group chat. I'm the Antichrist in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm the like kind of the negative Nancy.
Well, who's Christ then? You're not Antichrist.
Well, right, that's fair. I'm like what's the thing?
Just be the heel. You don't need to be like, I'm so close to, I'm on the opposite side of the coin to
dude,
Jesus.
I'm like so misunderstood in the chat.
You're like, me and Jesus are like this.
Yeah, I'm not the Antichrist. I am the heel. Yeah,
You're the heel.
You're right.
Yeah.
And I think I was put in the chat mainly just for like to talk basketball, but I think I was partly put in the chat to be the heel. In my opinion.
But it does like it is funny how much of like a fourth grade visceral reaction you'll bring out of me when you're just like, the Timberwolves are gay, and I'm just like steaming. I'm like and then I'm like, wait, what? I gotta like chill.
Yeah, but
I'm just like for like 5 minutes, I'm just like, dude, Alex, you really need to like shut the fuck up right now, because like you're putting the energy you're putting out in the universe is bad.
It's true. Or I'll say something like very logical, analytical. I'll be like, I don't think the Timberwolves have enough firepower. I don't think they have enough of a bench against OKC. And then you'll literally just be like, Alex, like, can you stop?
Yeah, I'm like, can you stop? And also, how about that fucking 40-point?
That was an onslaught. That was an onslaught.
I mean,
Thunder in 5, but ultimately.
But they could never beat us that much.
I don't think so.
They could never beat us like when we turn on the Jets.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
We'll get back into Timberwolves talk later on.
When the Timberwolves turn on the Jets, it's probably the best team that's ever played basketball.
Okay.
Besides,
we're moving.
Besides
on.
the Bulls and the San Antonio Spurs when Tony Parker.
We'll get back to ball in a sec. Here's something I want to start the pod with. I hate to burst your bubble on the Timberwolves, but this can't just be a Timberwolves pod.
Well, all right. What we covered so far, I need to gain weight.
Definitely. And by the way, I know, again, we're body positive here. This is a body positive.
But we're
pod.
body positive. We're positively sure I need to gain weight.
We're positively sure. You got to throw on about 10.
We're for sure positive about my body in the way that it needs to weigh more.
Yeah, your body doesn't do well in the wind, man. Like we got to
it's a problem.
We got to get you out there.
Dude, when I went to Europe and it was only eating pasta, I got up to like 150.
Dude.
But it was not like not an athletic.
That is something I wrote down, in probably about 10 minutes we're going to get to that. We're going to get to the Europe thing. Sure. I want to start the pod with this, dude. I had one of the highlights of my life. I had one of the highlights of my life. It's great to see you too, bro. Are you mad that I keep changing gears on you, bro?
No, dude, don't touch my thigh that long.
I actually can feel now why you're 143.
After you call me a beautiful woman.
I'm sorry, you guys can't tell. I'm kind of gripping.
Also, like Tommy's I did knee. Like it. Like 10% of me liked it, and 100% of me didn't like that. 10% of me liked that.
That's okay.
You touched my thigh, and I got a little blush, and I went, bro, stop
touching me, bro. Dude, bro.
Yeah, so didn't like that. I was a little bit into it, but
hey, man, move on. That's okay. We're all 10% gay. That's been a theme of the pod for years.
Yeah.
I had one of the highlights of my life last week, and I want to shout it out. I went to the Peach Pit show. I don't know if you know this indie rock band, Peach Pit.
I do know Peach Pit.
They are a massive band. It's really
you're such an indie. I forget that you're such an indie guy. Remember we ran into each other at the
Alex G show years ago, dude. Yeah, you and who was there with you?
I think I was with Wolfgang.
And you guys were going ape shit,
dude. We were hammered.
Yeah, we're indie bros for life.
Yeah,
we really are. And dude, so I Peach Pit followed me on Instagram last year.
Oh wow!
From their account,
I used to love listening to them when I was like 17.
And I can't lie, I actually didn't know them at the time. But I'm at this bar, right? I think we've shouted them out before, but here's the origin story. I'm at this bar in Wilmington with Lucas, and I go, "Have you seen this band Peach Pit? Like they just followed me."
Why did they follow you? Just because you're one of your clips, or
they listen to the pod. So or listen, I didn't know at the time, but I go,
wow.
keep. And Lucas goes, Peach Pit fucking follows you.
Yeah.
They're like my favorite band. The bartender 5 feet away turns around. She goes, Peach Pit follows you? Like, she has never talked to me before. She goes, they're amazing. I was like, well, let's fucking throw them on. And we jammed out to Peach Pit for like 2 hours.
First off, I know that's not the concert night, but that sounds like an incredible night.
That still is a great night. 100% a great night. So then we start listening to them. They're amazing. And then the lead singer, Neil, DMs me. He's like, hey man, big fan of the pod. Neil, love your stuff, whatever. I was just like, holy fucking shit. I was like, dude, thanks so much. We keep in touch a little bit here and there over the past few months. And he's like kind of I'll put on Instagram like when I'm touring, I'll be like, hey, I'm traveling today, send me a song. I like listening to like songs people recommend just throughout the day. Kind of makes the days go by shorter. He always wrecks songs. He's always sending like new tunes to listen to.
Dude, and those guys know the best.
Yeah.
They know the best. Like
they know like they're
low key deep cuts.
Yeah, they're like
they're like here's who's next up.
Yes, they know.
And they know because also artists like that too are always like musicians are constantly biting sounds,
right?
Because they're like,
sure,
their ears to the ground, so because it's just like like they notice when like a Spotify account with like 500 listeners, they're like that has like a new sound. Like I listened to Earl Sweatshirt on a podcast, and he was like he dropped his like 5 top favorite rappers. All of them have less than 1,000 followers on Instagram. All of them are getting like 1,000 listens a month on Spotify. You listen to them and you're like, I get why.
Yeah, dude, these
guys are so good.
These guys are plugged. They know everything, and they're fucking that's why they're pros.
Yeah.
But then he me and him talk back and forth about like the show that they're doing in New York in May.
Yeah.
And then like the date's approaching a couple weeks ago. Like I hit him up and I was like, hey, like I'm like we were DMing about another musician, and I was like, hey, by the way, I'm coming to the show in a couple weeks. He was like, yeah, how many tickets do you want? And I was like,
bro,
oh
why
shit.
don't you hit me up?
I should have hit you up. I'm sorry.
You know I like doing stuff. God.
I forgot you like doing stuff.
Yeah, I'm like literally active in the community.
You are so active in the community, dude. You do stuff.
I go do stuff. I go hang out.
You do stuff all the time.
I do comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And second to comedy is I'm constantly hanging out and doing stuff.
You are one of the better doer at stuffs.
As far as comedians go.
Yeah, as far as comics go. 100%.
Like, let's get out there. Let's get after it. New York City, baby.
So instead, I actually got Lucas. Well, Lucas is a big fan.
Yeah,
so
that's sick. That's okay. That's valid.
But then Lucas brought his girlfriend, and then girlfriend's sister, and then sister's husband. So to me, that was kind of a big ask. But I threw it out there. I was like, hey, we kind of have like this group of 5. What do you think? He's like, the more the merrier.
Right.
I was like,
did you bring a lady?
No, I didn't bring a lady.
All right.
I was like, I couldn't believe it. And then so we get to like, so it's at Pier 17 in New York.
Yeah. Whoa.
And, yeah, it's kind of sick. Yeah. So then we get there before,
like on the courts or near the basketball courts.
I don't know actually, but it's like overlooking like the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh,
it's over. It's like sick. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And so we get to this like restaurant beforehand, and we're talking, and we're like, man, like we're just kind of like going back and forth. Like, do you think like we're bugging them, like asking for tickets, like?
He did offer.
Yeah, and we were like, man, like this is kind of
Neil, you offered.
Yeah, and we were like,
Neil's listening right now.
Neil probably is listening, and we were like, dude, like, is this like a big like ask? Like, do you think they're like gonna be like, are we gonna go backstage? What's the deal here? I check my DMs an hour and a half before the show. He goes, I get a DM from Peach, but from Neil. He goes, bro, you still coming? And I was like, what, dude? I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, we're locked in, dude.
Bro, you
like
don't. Dude, also you know what's crazy?
Dude, I don't text people before a bar show for 50. I don't text, like if I'm doing I don't text people.
Dude, this might be
shows.
a stretch, but like, you know, when you have like family come to a comedy show or like a couple friends,
sure.
You're on stage, you're only thinking about them.
Yeah.
Dude, he might have been thinking about you.
Dude, he might have been like, is Alex like?
He's like, he
Alex
might have been like,
this?
like 8th song in, like, man, I really hope Alex is like vibing. The white dude who's 6'7", just in the back, like, sick.
Sick.
This is tight. His only 2 emotions: sick, tight. She's
tight.
hot.
She's hot. Yeah,
sick, tight. She's hot.
He's like, I hope this dude
and
is jamming.
He's pouring his heart and his soul into like,
dude,
this music.
So of course I
wonder if the ex D1 basketball comedian
is fucking with
Who
this.
doesn't play any music
Yeah.
is fucking with this right
Dude,
now.
and also, dude, it's not like there was 500 people there. There was 3,000
Yeah,
people there.
they're huge.
They're a
dude.
massive
Dude,
band.
they were like Peach Pit, like Mac DeMarco,
Yeah.
like fucking I don't know, like a handful of like these bands in like this
Yeah.
2014, 2017,
Yeah.
like shoegaze indie era.
Yeah.
Huge. They just like made
On
a sound
on a rocket ship. Yeah, they did.
Like I remember listening to Peach Pit and being like this like and
Yeah.
everybody copied them. Every TikTok,
agree,
so
yeah.
many TikTok artists, so like everyone's
Yeah.
like copying that sound, but they were like in that era.
Yeah, and they've like made they've got their own thing, and also too, dude, as like low key
Good
and as
name,
like
too.
yeah, and as like chill as they are, like on their studio records
Yeah.
live, it's a fucking barn burner, dude. They rip so hard.
For maybe a Patreon segment, I wrote in my notes. I've been working on this for about like 6 months, but just I've a list of indie band names I've came up with.
Oh, I love that. We'll do that.
You
I'm down
but
for that.
if you tune into the Patreon, I
Gotta tune to the
I have about
Tron.
50 indie band names, and it's all
Subscribe to the Tron,
yeah,
guys.
it's all
you know
like,
we need
it's
it.
It's all like Lady Parade, like no sports allowed.
Well,
stuff like that.
don't give away the great ones, man.
Yeah,
those are great.
Glass Basement is another one that I'm into.
Oh wait, dude, another.
Did you hear about
caveat.
Glass Basement? Their first album was great, but the drummer got like loosely canceled.
Oh yeah, that sounds like that would happen.
Yeah,
That
Lady
sounds like-
Parade's good though. All guy band, it's crazy.
Oh, I committed a party foul, by the way,
At Peach Pit.
at the show.
Wait, so did you go back?
So I can tell. I can.
Yeah,
give you the
I'm
whole
I'm so interested in
Yeah,
this.
this is it's kind of crazy, right?
I
So
cannot believe you don't hit me up, dude.
I know you do stuff, bro. I fucked up. So I fucking. So I
I can't even hear this right now, dude. I can't even hear this story.
Dude, I brought an umbrella to the show, and it was but it was raining.
Well, yeah. Why? I brought an umbrella to the show. Not raining at all.
No, do you know that's like a party foul at shows? Like people like because like with the umbrella, people can't see past.
Well,
it.
I actually never. I'm surprised you as a man bring
Right,
an umbrella
right, yeah.
because I like I have like this weird thing where I'm like, yes, I'm sitting with my legs crossed and I am the way I am and
Yeah.
whatever. But like, I'm not gonna bring a fucking umbrella. What am I? Some
An
sort of
umbrella is
some
also
sort of gay little girl.
Well, an umbrella is a third of your weight. You can't. That's like an umbrella is like that's like you
Right,
you dragging
right.
a
It's like-
barbell.
Yeah,
with
like
you.
when an ant carries a log 3 times, like 12 times their size. It's like
that's you in an
that's me
umbrella.
walking around the human Q-tip.
Yeah, dude. So I actually went to the back of the show because it was actually raining pretty fucking hard. So I went to the back of the show to put my umbrella up. Security was like, "Hey, bud, that's not gonna happen."
Hey, bud.
It
you
was
look
like a
lame.
hazard or something like that, which I didn't know. Pier 17. He goes, "It's not me. It's coming from upstairs." I was like, "What?
Yeah,
God?
We're outside, right? This is an outdoor venue.
Yeah. So anyway, so we do the show, and another thing, another side note here. This is Thursday night. I normally don't drink on weekdays. I have one beer, and I'm usually good if I do anything on like a Thursday like that.
Yeah.
But the problem was
I usually don't drink on weekdays unless it's a basketball game or I'm at a concert. That can be
course.
many weekdays.
yes,
actually.
that can be anything.
And in that case, I am having 6 beers.
We all make excuses, but like, dude, so Lucas's sister and Lucas's girlfriend, her sister, and the husband, I think they felt like they needed to like pay it back or whatever, so they kept buying me tall boys. So we're like,
So you're having like 3, 4.
six tall boys.
It's fine,
And
dude.
and which kind of like ruined my next day, but we were fucking vibing.
Dude, that's
and
literally
then-
fine.
Dude, so then we do the show. We watch the fucking.
You first off, bro, you do the show.
I kind of did the
Bro,
show.
you get invited to Peach Pit, you slam 6 tall boys, brother. You did a show.
I kind of
Also,
fucking.
I don't want
I
to
kinda
ever
crushed
hear,
it.
I don't want to ever hear like, oh, I had 6 beers at the concert. No, dude, you did it. You did what's right.
You're right, bro.
You did what's right.
You're right.
Never feel. I saw.
Never feel bad about drinking too much.
I saw McGee. I had 6 beers. I did Molly in the bathroom with my little brother, and I was like, and I went to fucking work the next day.
you are supposed to go like that is what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to have one beer at an awesome show.
Yeah, you're just
when the show is awesome, you have 5.
Yeah, and then you feel like
6.
shit tomorrow, and you just own it.
And you go, that was awesome.
And you go, that was awesome. I'm so glad I feel bad because I felt so good 6 hours ago.
You did. Yeah, it's not worth it. It is worth the pain because it was like light drizzle
Dude,
out.
I know how to party, man. It's crazy.
Dude, no one can really have a good
For
time.
a guy who's 143 and change.
That is true.
Yeah.
6 beers in an umbrella, you're like really weighed down.
Dude, imagine
like,
if
how
I
do
was
you
full
walk?
Irish. Thank God I'm half.
Yeah, if
I
you
would've
were full
died.
Irish, yeah, you would be dead.
I would be dead.
So then when the show happens, it was fucking amazing. At the end, they have their dads both play harmonicas at the end, like along with their song.
That's beautiful.
They're
I
doing
would cry.
harmonicas.
I would
it
cry.
was fucking beautiful. So
Yeah.
we go. So now we're about to walk backstage. We're like, okay, all right, we did the show.
We're about to go into the pit.
Show happened. We're about to fucking go deep into the pit, dude. We fucking-
Yo,
and
about
we're
to tap
like,
into the pit.
we're like, okay, now it's Judgment Day, Judgment time. Like this is like,
It's where me
is
and
this
Neil-
like what's the deal here? Like, are we cool enough? Like, how many people are gonna be there? Is there gonna be a fucking whole thing? And we get
It's
to
a banner. It just says "Welcome home, Alex." Like, it's a shrine. There's a-
it's just my jersey from
You're-
Notre Dame.
Yeah,
in
there's just
Boston
"You're an
College.
idiot" merch
Yeah.
everywhere.
He's got pictures of me.
Yeah.
But dude, we fucking walk in. Me and Lucas were toasted off these beers, and he literally it's only a few people plus the band, and he gets up off his chair. He's like, "Drago, what the fuck is up, dude?"
He hit you with Drago?
He hit me with Drago, dude. Yes,
That's crazy.
I am on cloud nine. I could not believe it. I was
Yeah.
like, Neil, what the fuck is up, dude? You guys are fucking amazing. Da-da. And then me and Lucas and Neil we're chopping it up. Oh, and the girlfriend, his girlfriend's sister's husband's with us. So
Yeah.
it's us 3. The girls were in the bathroom or something.
Yeah.
And we're chopping it up.
Get him out of there.
That was the thing. So we're chopping it up with Peach Pit with Neil for like probably 20 minutes.
Whoa.
And none of us think where the girls are.
Yeah.
So the girls don't know.
I'm sorry. Neil's the girl. Neil's the hot girl.
Well, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
But like, they don't know where to go. So it took them a while to like figure it out or whatever.
Yeah.
And the girls finally come in after we've been just having the best night of our lives.
Uh-huh.
And they are fuming, like kind of like side-eyeing their boyfriend, like husband and boyfriend, like
Yeah.
Lucas and
You didn't
the husband.
answer any of our texts.
They
We've
were
been
like,
calling
what
you.
the fuck?
They
So-
called them 6 times.
Yeah, so me and Neil are
Because
chopping
they were trying to talk to someone else. They're like, I swear, our friends are friends with Peach Pit. And they're like, who's your friend? And it's like, it's like a guy who's like 6'8",
Serbian,
Serbian,
he's just
drunk.
kind of a doofus.
Yeah,
and
it's like no way he's friends with any of those guys.
Yeah. And dude, they were fuming. So that was kind of awkward for a sec. Everything kind of came back around. And dude, we probably chopped it up with him for about 45 minutes, maybe. And he's
Dude.
the sweetest guy.
Yeah.
He's the coolest motherfucker. And he just was like really, really nice and like an unbelievable hang. And they're like, we're asking him about like, oh, you can go out, you getting like fucked up tonight. He's like, it's kind of like a long tour.
Yeah.
Sometimes like we'll drink on the bus or whatever. But he's like, I didn't really realize that about like musicians. Like when guys, by the time they make it like that, they've done the rock star thing for 10, 15
Yeah.
years. Like they're not impressed by like,
Yeah.
they're not like
Also,
asking the crowd. You know what I'm saying? They're not like, who's trying to party after
No,
this?
the
They're
rock
like,
star thing is like your first year when you're coming up.
yeah.
And you're
yeah.
like doing like these like weird house shows, punk basements,
yeah.
like all this stuff.
Right.
And you're sleeping at like friends' houses, like the college kids let you sleep in their bed. That's
Yeah,
when you're like getting fucked
You're
up.
getting paid in like 30 racks.
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah, exactly. And then you like make it and you're like, oh, I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired. I gotta do my voice shit. Like I gotta like
Dude, when
rest.
if I like, I don't feature at a club often, but if I am featuring at a club, I don't drink.
Sure, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm the feature. Last night on the Saturday,
yeah.
if
you
I'm
gotta take it seriously.
on the Saturday, I'll have some in the kitchen with like the staff, maybe like the staff of the comedy club. Like I'm not even really going out with like people in the audience.
You learn the hard way that like drinking or getting drunk on Thursday or Friday is the worst thing.
Because I have a girlfriend. I'm not trying to get laid. I don't want to talk to anybody about comedy who was at the show.
Yeah,
I'm just like I'm not even gonna fucking talk to you about comedy. I'll say hi, hello, and hang out.
And I also didn't realize too about like because we're just standing up there, like we're like we're doing comedy, but it's like these guys are exerting themselves in a way.
He's like sweating. It's like what? He was on stage for like an hour and a half.
I think probably two.
Two.
And like murdering it, and they are like,
Yeah.
and it's like that's not what we do at all. And they're and that's why they're still, and that's crazy to think that some rockers like still go hard like that.
Well, it's fun seeing Alex G. I don't know if Alex G still does this, but in the
he
concert,
gets hammered.
I know, because Alex G, he'll give you like 45 good fucking minutes.
Sure.
Where he's like hitting all of his marks, hitting his cues, like everything. He's sounding good. And then he'll just like, around Tall Boy 6 or Cocktail 6, he'll just get on the piano and start ripping Coldplay covers. And he's like kind of fucked up. And I'm like, I like this all the same.
Yeah, dude. It's a but Alex G is still one of the best live performances.
Yeah, and that's part of the entertainment. Like, Alex gets kind of fucked up and like
he pisses himself or whatever.
He's gonna yell. He's gonna throw something.
Yeah. Or he. The cool thing that I like too is that so Neil actually, so some like artists, they all do it differently. Like Neil, like he does like bits in between too. Like he's got
they
riffs.
kill too.
They murder, dude. Yeah, he's like murdering.
I remember I was like starting out. I was like a year into comedy and whatever, figuring it out. Still, I'm figuring it out. And I saw Big Thief.
Of course, yeah.
Big Thief. We love it. We love Big Thief.
We love Big Thief.
Indie nerd Trump. Adrian Lanker's great. B-sides was good. Dude, so I go see Big Thief live with my girlfriend at the time, and she was like, this next song, she goes, I'm gonna try and get this right, but I believe this is what she said. This killed, by the way. She goes, this next song's about when you when your pillow gets a little hot and you flip it over and it's like a little cool, and you kind of think about murdering. Like I'm like, cool side of the pillow.
Cool side of the pillow.
But the thing is, I was like still so entranced by the music where I was like, yeah, so true. Like,
oh yeah,
you're so wrapped up into their music that they can kind of say any bit in the middle.
Yeah,
and you're like, God, Neil's so.
No, dude,
you're like,
and
God,
he
so
was
awesome.
And me and Lucas looked at each other like, oh, we don't get laughs like that.
No,
and it was,
you're not beloved like that.
No, and so we finished. Oh, by the way, and also one more thing, he turned to his dad. He's like, Dad, this is the comedian I really like, Drago.
Fuck.
And I was like, and the dad's like, I've heard of you. It's like, what the fuck is going?
Dude, have him do the podcast.
He'll if he ever wants to come on, Neil, you can absolutely come on the pod.
Let me be third mic though.
But
just let me hang out. I don't even
chime in. And I do stuff, by the way, guys.
Yeah, and if you guys want to hang out, I'm free. I'm literally free.
But dude, we get into the elevator, and Lucas's girlfriend and sister were like, and pretty much all of us, they were just like, we did not expect that. Like that was so fucking cool. It was one of the best nights of my life, dude. It was fucking awesome.
That's incredible. I can't even.
I don't have anything to even. Yeah, there's no like. One time in college, Evan Turner was playing on the Celtics when I was at BC.
Yeah.
And he was like, if you ever want tickets to the Celtics games, let me know. So I hit him up a couple times, and he actually came to Boston College and hung out with me a couple times. Like we shot around in the gym. But at that time, I was like, I was like a Division I player. I was like, I was also kind of like in the sphere a little bit.
Yeah.
Like we had known each other from high school. We had known each other from back in the day.
Yeah.
We had the same trainer. So, but
Did you ever think you were going to the league?
No. Like, I think there was like 1 year where I was like, I thought I could maybe play in the Euro League.
Yeah, Euro maybe.
If I had,
you were pretty skinny though.
Yeah, I felt like if I could get my, honestly, yeah, if I could get if I was a little quicker, a little faster, I could jump higher. I was just so unathletic.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, dude, it was. So I had Evan once was like, or during college was pretty cool.
You an athlete? I was so unathletic. Me go, yeah.
Yeah, you were.
A green.
Yeah, you were.
Like, couldn't have never touched that.
No, but dude, it was. I remember we were in a film session once at Notre Dame, and like we broke to go practice, and our point guard Eric Atkins, he turned to me. He's like, Drago, man, you are fucking slow, dude. He goes, you look like shit out there. He's like, you are so slow getting
And you're
up
like,
and down.
I'm hitting that shot though.
I was like, man,
You know who else
you
is-
better swing it.
You know who else
better
is
swing it.
slow? Luca's slow.
Luca's slow, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was that was something that I needed to figure out. But I didn't have like.
But you went to an NBA game.
Hmm?
You got invited at an NBA game, like your
But
friend.
yeah, Evan, he took me out, and it was
Yeah.
and I'm trying to think of like any other like big hookups in my life that have like happened like that. But those have been through other. They've usually been through like other people, I guess, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like, I've gone to a couple. I've done courtside at a couple NBA games, but that's through like people that I know through basketball.
Yeah.
But nothing like concert wise.
Dude, my friend and me, I got to go back. My friend opened up for Lil Yachty,
Whoa.
and because when he was like 17, I was like 18.
Yeah.
Because he had
sick.
like we were like making a lot of like tracks in my basement because like we had like a lot of music stuff like my brother produces and stuff, and
Oh, cool.
you know I play instruments and stuff, so I was like helping, and
Mhm.
so my buddy Drelly just had like a couple huge like SoundCloud like
Oh,
hits,
wow.
you know,
Yeah.
and then like
yeah.
Lil Yachty's people like reached out.
Whoa.
So we like and it was like at like not First Ave, but like another venue in Minneapolis, and like 18 like brought all of our music stuff, and we just brought like bottles of Captain Morgan in, and we just got like fucked up.
Oh my god.
I didn't see Yachty. Yachty was in his own section though.
Yeah. That's
know?
yeah, it's
But
that-
this was
that
like
stuff
20.
is-
This was like his first year where he popped. It's like 20. This
yeah.
must have been 2015,
Yeah, I remember
2016 maybe.
there was this
2015.
girl from my area in high school. We would like hook up over the summers in college.
Yeah.
And I remember her telling me that like she was showing me on her snap, like she was Snapchatting me that Travis Scott was like hanging out with her sorority.
Yeah, well, girls get to go like,
Yeah.
like I've met girls who've hung out with Drake.
Sure.
Girls just get to be where if you're like hot
Yeah.
and if you're like in your early 20s, you
Yeah.
can kind of just be anywhere.
I went out with a girl last week.
It's really
Yeah.
impressive to be a guy in backstage at Peach Pit.
Sure.
If a girl told me she went backstage Peach, okay.
Yeah, you're a girl.
Oh, you mean you existed?
Yeah, you just walked around.
Yeah, you just like walked around and everyone was right this way.
I actually never really. That's something I never really put together.
It's hard to be
too.
a guy. Yeah.
The girl I went out with last week, her best friend is like engaged to Landry Shamet on the Knicks.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I just let that. I just didn't even ask.
Well, that's regular.
But that's just like how it
Yeah,
goes
she's like
sometimes.
beautiful. She's like just hanging out.
She's just a girl who was at like a restaurant once.
Yeah. It's like, Dad, okay, you went out to eat.
Yeah. You went out to eat in Landry Shamet saw you.
Like, congrats. You know, it's like you being 6'7", be like, you know, I could dunk. Cool, dude.
Cool,
What-
yeah.
you're supposed to.
I'm supposed to.
You're supposed to dunk.
I always say that. People do sometimes they are impressed by the D1 thing, but it's like I'm at the height where you kind of have to.
Yeah.
If you are my height and you didn't, you really fucked up.
Yeah.
And
If like a girl who was like a 3 was like, you know, I'm going out with a Knicks player right now, I'd be like, let's fucking go, Margaret. Okay.
Margaret, yo.
Okay.
Margaret, yo, you
Bethany,
really,
shut the fuck up. Some like
Yo,
weird
you
like
got-
Midwestern
I didn't know
name.
you had the sauce like that.
I didn't know you had Riz like that.
Yo, Ruth. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're fucking
Ruth.
bringing it like that.
Let's
huh?
fucking go, you dog.
You
That's why you that bitch for real.
Yeah,
That's why you that bitch. You got
you pulled fucking McBride.
that. Damn, you pulled Brunson.
You pulled Brunson.
You know what? I knew you had it in you though.
Yeah, a girl is a 3 who's like, yeah, I'm dating Brunson. You're like, what?
You're just like immediate daps.
Yeah, that's an immediate like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Girl, you're hanging out with. I'm dating a Knicks player. It's like, of
Yeah.
course, I'm looking at. Yeah.
yeah. She's like, yeah, my friend's just dating this Knicks player, and you're like, okay,
You're like, oh, sick,
yeah.
sick, cool.
That's just everything. If I don't actually I don't know if I should I'll say it on the Patreon. The what I was gonna
damn.
say. It was about one of our friends met someone on Raya who's like massive.
In
Have you-
sports.
I've
or-
actually gotten a couple DMs from like influencer girls.
Yeah.
Um
I haven't gotten DMs from influencers, but certainly other DMs.
do dudes
From
ever
guys.
do dudes ever slide in?
Two dudes.
Yeah.
Absolute brother.
I don't know. Dudes don't give me a shot ever.
Yeah, dudes
want nothing
dudes
to do
are
with-
shooting their shot with me for sure.
Okay.
I'm a high level twink.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
You are kind of like an elite twink.
I'm a very elite twink. They
Yeah.
don't, dude. They only make us in Bushwick.
Yeah.
You know,
So gay dudes kind of like you. If you're at a bar in Bushwick,
like the tariffs thing is like, you know, like we're locally sourced. Yeah. You can't get your twinks overseas anymore.
the bartender with the mustache goes, so what do you want, honey? And you go, fuck, it's on.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
Yeah.
I go, we're doing it right now.
Just a vodka soda, man. You sure, babe? Yeah.
Yeah. Vodka soda is a little like
that's a sign to
it's
like
a sign.
to maybe keep talking to me.
Beer and a shot.
Yeah, I'll do a beer and a shot, brother. Okay.
That's
all right.
even a little too.
Yeah, that's a little too inviting.
Yeah.
How do you keep the gays away?
I don't know. You can't, bro. Think I want to? I love attention.
Oh yeah, every time you're like, I do kind of have nice legs.
No. Honestly, yeah. Guys are, they hit on you. They make you feel really good. It's nice.
Mhm.
You know.
Has a guy ever given you a compliment a woman never has?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that guys were trying you like that.
Yeah,
I
I'll get
don't-
DMs.
I don't know that life. How do gay dudes in the DMs?
They're disgusting. They go.
Now let's
men are-
fucking rock and
yeah,
roll.
men-
Dude. This
men-
is what the pod is. By
Men
the way.
are still men. They go for it. Like gay dudes hit on you and like you're the worst guy you know who DMs women.
Yeah.
That's every gay guy DMing.
Really?
Yeah, they're just
Are
kind
you,
of.
are you putting the gays on blast right now?
I'm just. They just go for it. They're very explicit.
Is it just like, how do you want me, big boy, or is it like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm
like,
just fully just showing my ass here. Like I don't know what would a gay DM look like.
Oh, dude, let's pull it up.
Dude, yeah, play some Alex G over this Connor while Tommy looks this up.
Some guy DM'd me a week ago. Heyo, are you an American? This is fucked up. I don't know if this. Okay, hey, I'm just looking in my.
You can say anything on the pod.
So seems like a guy shooting his shot because he looks gay in his profile picture. I don't know how else. He's just the way he has his bandana
Sure.
on. It's like it's just colorful.
Right.
So hey, you, are you an American Airlines flight attendant? Parentheses stewardess.
Huh.
Which kind of feels like, dude, shut up, man. I fucking will hoop you on the court.
I'll drop 30.
I will drop 30.
30.
You don't understand. I dropped 20 on him in my men's league game tonight.
Easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wonder where he's trying to go with like the airline thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to know the follow up there.
I mean, I just don't even look at the. I mean, I'll just delete the request like once every 2 weeks.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. When women slide in the DMs, they are so bad at it, dude. Women have no.
Well, they're women when they slide in your DMs. They're like, I'm gonna be mean to him for a little bit.
Yeah, they're like, you were kind of funny, I guess.
Yeah.
Tonight, and you're like, shut up.
Yeah.
I crushed.
I kind of like that though. When they're like, hey, you were okay, and I'm like, oh, you thought I was so good.
I guess you were funny.
Like, yeah, and I'm like,
Whatever.
in my head, I'm like, you thought I was so good.
Yeah, of course.
Like
yeah,
you're being coy. It's fun. I like.
But
that.
I think we are expected. Like I kind of rack my brain sometimes, being like, what is the ultimate?
I don't slide in. I don't
the
slide in
ultimate
the
DM
DMs.
slide?
I don't.
It's neon green lights, dude. I slide all the time now.
Oh, really?
I don't. It's about shots on goal. I don't give a shit anymore.
I shoot my shot at the bar, man.
Yeah, I did. Oh,
I go to bars. I go to parties, and
dude.
I made out with I wasn't dating my girlfriend at the time. I made out with like a model.
Oh, there
on
we
New
go.
Year's, my girlfriend's so beautiful, but this girl was also really, really, really fucking hot.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Her friends are talking to some of my friends. She's on the outside. I'm like, it's New Year's Eve. I'm like, fucked up.
Yeah.
And and I just go, I don't. This is like kind of crazy to say, but I'm like, her and me, she's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, it's crazy. I'm like, you're just like so hot. That's crazy. Is that crazy to say? And she's like,
That's how you walked up to her? You said
yeah,
that?
or we were
That was
like
your line?
talking a little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But and I was like, you're so hot. It's like insane. And she thought that it was like kind of funny. It was getting like close to it was like maybe like 11:30.
Sure.
I'm on this stairway talking to my friend. My friend Noah saw this, and we're like on this stairway. It's like this like loft apartment party in like the East Village. It's like a huge like lofty vibe.
Yeah.
And we're about to dip, and she walks past me, starts making out with me,
Oh.
and I'm like, holy shit. Then walks away, and I go, oh my God. I go, can I, can I get your Instagram? And she turns around and goes, walking down the stairs, goes, no.
Oh my God.
And I turn to my friend Noah and I go, I love that woman so much. Like, that was the coolest.
That is
She's
awesome.
so cool for that. Like, just
Yeah.
being like, I know I could just make out with this guy, you know?
Whoa.
And she's right.
Why wouldn't she drop the IG?
I don't know. I think she's just fucking having a fun night.
Yeah.
I think she's
true.
just like, I don't really care. I'm having fun. It's funnier to not.
You
You know?
that's interesting. That's true.
She's way out of my league. Like, she's like way at, I don't think I'm bad looking, but she's way out of my league.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I guess that's how it goes sometimes, man.
yeah.
Dude, I fucking, I'm in a bit of a conundrum because
Okay.
I started talking to a girl last night at the Knicks game. I was at a bar.
Yeah.
Kept kind of making eyes with this girl. Finally went up and talked to her. I was lucky because Simon Frazier, who I was going to the game with, or going to watch the game with,
Yeah.
finally showed up in like
shit.
the second half.
Yeah.
So he finally shows up. Me and this girl talk for like a few minutes. I go, hey, actually, can I get you?
Wait, you're at a bar?
I'm at a bar
Yeah.
watching the game, and I go, hey, actually, can I get your number? Like, let's grab a drink sometime. My friend just came here. Like, I gotta go hang
Yeah.
out. I just saw him walk in. She's like, yeah, of course. Text her today, and I'm not looking at the fucking schedule. So I text her today. I'm like, hey, let's grab a drink Thursday, and she's like, that's perfect. Game 5. And my whole thing is now I have to have a first date with this girl for like 3 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I also don't like watching the game with people who don't like watching the game.
Yeah, I also just don't want to be like, so where'd you like go to school during like while like
when I'm on a
you know what I'm
date, I
saying?
want to
Like,
be extremely present in the date. I'm actually anti like first date activity
of course, yeah, totally, yeah.
for like.
Why would you see a movie? That's
well,
so
oh,
dumb.
a movie year into dating.
Yeah,
A
right, right.
I have a year's worth of stories and things to say, and after that, I'm like, all right, I
Let's
kind of
watch
said
a
it.
movie.
Let's watch a movie. Yeah, I've talked.
Connor,
enough.
how do you feel about the whole like her hitting back with like, yeah, I'm totally free. She was like jazzed up. She's like, yeah, that's perfect. Let's watch the game.
What's cute on her part?
Yeah,
I think we gotta revisit after it happens, because if she's chill, that's awesome. If she doesn't want to actually watch the game and you do, that's tough.
Well, Perlman, who I was texting with about this, Dan Perlman, great comedian, one of the best. I was just like,
He hoops too, doesn't he?
yes,
Yeah, I heard he's nice.
He was like, this is a good test in a way. He was like, if this goes well, it's gonna you might end up hanging out for a while, you know. But
I agree with that. I fully agree with that.
But also, it's like, what? I also don't want to be like, okay, so like second half, let's get chicken nachos. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's like a whole, I don't know. It just feels like there's a lot of variables.
I mean, why not chicken nachos? It sounds good. Bro, why is chicken nachos catching strays? It's a good bar.
Great bar food.
Great bar food.
Yeah, it's not that messy either. It's not too bad. You can kind
Yeah,
of
it's good. Chicken's really agreeable.
super agreeable.
Everyone's just like, yeah, I'm cool with chicken.
Yeah, it's just like, what if, I guess my thing is like, what if we're mid third quarter?
I would, you know what's
and
crazy?
You kind of run out of shit to talk about.
I would
or what?
watch a Knicks game. If she's like likes basketball, that's like great. And I would watch a Knicks game on a first date with a girl, because it's like, okay, then. But if I'm watching the Timberwolves, if I'm watching my team,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna like.
So now that these are our teams, by the way, she's from the Midwest too.
Where's she from?
Wisconsin, Green Bay.
Oh, that's sick.
It is sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
like,
hot. A Green Bay that moves to New York.
that's dope, right?
I bet that's the coolest girl ever.
I do. Us Midwest guys, we get it. But yeah, we kind of bonded over that. And honestly, dude, it's like, it's something where I'm like, you know, I worry we're going to like it'll drag because you never want the date to go too
Alex
long.
Drag.
I don't want the date to Alex Dragovich. Because then it's like by the end of the game, you're probably gonna be like, all right, this has been a while, but
No, just get the drinks flowing.
yeah.
What I like in a date, I like to walk and bar hop.
Me
And
too.
maybe play a little pool.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like
And then just chit chat.
and that's the
Go outside if it's nice out. Maybe go outside
you kind
for a
of
little bit.
control the night there. With this whole thing, it's like
Well, it's not about control. It's just about.
not control. It's like
I'm not sure. You don't control the night. The night is just it's this thing that you both are a part of.
I guess what I'm saying is like the game. The game is
And that's when you know you have her
Well,
by every move. You weirdo.
the game is this thing to me that's like now we have to kind of always be paying attention to. Perlman made a good point. It gives you an out to not talk sometimes if you don't want to. It kind of gives
But there's
you
just too much
breaks.
to talk about. Like I don't know. First dates are so. I've never had I don't think I've ever had like a bad first. Every girl I go out with, I've like kind of like met or ran into a few times, and I'm like, there's vibes.
Oh,
Or
okay.
there's like vibes at a party or vibes at a bar. So I'm just like, I know there's just gonna be vibes.
Yeah.
I've never been on like a Tinder date.
Yeah. Well,
or-
we did meet IRL, but we only chatted for about 5 or 10 minutes, and I bailed and hung out with Simon.
And it was a good 5.
I would say it's a solid 5.
How did you enter into that conversation?
Complimented her sweater.
Yeah, I do that too.
She had a sick sweater. Like,
That's what I'll say. I'll be like, I love your jacket.
Yeah.
I'll be like, that's a great jacket.
Easy. Because then
That's what I
Like-
said to the girl at New Year's Eve. I said, that's a great jacket. You're so hot. And she like looked at me like, who is this drunk, like 18-year-old? I was like, that's a great jacket. You're like fucking so hot.
fucking hot. God.
And
So
she made out with me.
fucking
I'm
hot.
like, can I get any information? She's like, no.
No.
I'm like,
Drop me an IG, drop you a number. She
I was
just
like,
made out with you and
I was
bailed.
like, so true.
I've only had one make out and bail, but that was in college. I think because like me and my college girlfriend, we were on a break. We did one of those things.
Yeah.
And I think that girl thought that me and my girlfriend were like still. She didn't know that we were on the break.
Yeah.
She gave me the make out and left. It was.
She's like, no.
and she left my dorm. Yeah.
She's like, you're still.
Yeah. She's like, you're still with her. You're still with fucking blah blah blah. I was like, no, we're on a break. I promise. We're on a break. How college is that?
I
No,
promise we're on a
no,
break.
we're on a
And
break,
also
I
just
swear.
actively being like, we're getting back together. Like,
We're on a
making
break.
out with a girl in your dorm and be like, listen, no, I'm working things out with her.
Yeah, no, like I truly miss her so
Like
bad.
I'm like trying to get back with her,
This-
but you're here right
it
now.
kills me every minute that we're not together.
Yo,
But for the love of God, can
That's
we
so
please
funny.
can we please do this?
so you complimented her sweater.
So I complimented Nick's girl's sweater, and then she complimented my sweatshirt. I had my Carly Rae Jepsen hoodie on.
Sick.
And she was like, "You like Carly Rae Jepsen?" I was like, "Yeah, saw her at Radio City." Da da da. And then and then we started talking about like where you from? Da da da. She's Green Bay chick. Her family has the Packers season tickets.
Oh shit.
A
Damn.
a big get.
That's a big get.
Big get could get passed down. That's the
Yeah.
that's the long game here.
That's like what owning like a brownstone in like Brooklyn is. Like when your friend like lives in a brownstone and
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
well, my grandma
Yeah.
bought it in 1950.
And yeah,
It's like-
these been passed down.
Yeah.
They're worth like millions of
It's an
dollars.
asset. That's a Green Bay generational asset.
It is. It's property.
It is.
It's full on property.
Mhm.
Let's we're going to I want to get into a couple more things. We can stretch this for a couple more minutes, that we're going to go into the Patreon. I want to talk about, cuz you went to Europe for 3 months.
2.5.
2.5. I want to talk. Well, I guess we'll get. That's kind of a while to
there's
talk
a
about.
lot
That'll
to-
be on the Patreon, and then we'll talk about what was the next thing I have?
What are we
Oh,
gonna talk
about you leaving the service industry. I want to get into that.
Yeah, I left the service industry. I have a computer
Um,
job now.
But I guess this will put a bow on it, because like we've been talking
Yeah.
girl relationships the past couple of minutes. You had a 6-year relationship end a year and a half ago,
2.5.
2.5 years ago. What
2.5. Yeah, 2.5.
are some advice you might be able to give to someone who,
Like you. who has deep intimacy issues.
What are advice to give when you have like a long-term breakup? How does someone survive? How does someone survive a long-term breakup, Tommy?
It's I don't have all the advice is just been heard. You've just heard it a million times over, but that's why it's true. But it's time.
Damn,
It's
just time.
It's just time.
It's time, brother.
It's just time.
Okay, there's no like working out this.
There's a good quote that I like that I read that my friend, her therapist, said to her, and it was trying to get it right, and it was you can watch. This is now. I always get a little emotional and sappy, but this is a good quote. I like this, and this goes for if you're trying to for change and grief and stuff. But you can try and watch your hair grow every day in the mirror. You'll never see it grow, but one day you're gonna need a haircut.
Ooh,
that's it.
Okay.
You can try and watch it by the minute, by the hour, by the day. Like, did I change? Did I grow? And you'll never notice. But then one day you're like, I need a haircut.
Oh wow.
That's it. And that's with grief. That's with change. That's with new life stuff.
Yeah.
It's just one day you're like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And then a week goes by and you're like, yeah, it's actually still bad again. And then and then there's a few of those. And then there's a few, and then you find out she got another boyfriend, and you're like, if I see that motherfucker walk in Brooklyn, I will break his fucking teeth in. And then you go, whoa, that's a crazy thought.
Yes.
And then you're like, all right, wait,
Dude, when they move on, when you hear about the new guy.
Dude, when you start thinking like, I'm gonna break a guy's teeth in, you're like, why don't you dial it back a little bit?
That's the one.
Go check out some therapy.
Why don't you look in the mirror?
Why don't you look in the mirror?
Yeah,
you're thinking violent thoughts, brother.
Yeah,
the wind is gonna sweep you away before you even get a punch off.
Dude, my boy Tom called me. He was like, dude, I saw her in Old Town having dinner outside, like on a patio with a guy, and I was just like,
Tom,
this is Tom Knight.
Yeah,
and I was like, I can't believe you. First off, bro. By the way, part of bro code is keeping your friend like ignorantly, like ignorance is bliss too with bro code.
Right, exactly. Like I can't let him know that I'm like that I saw that.
Yeah.
Cause you're like, holy fuck.
Oh my, your whole world is
like don't
shattered.
tell me that.
I'm having like a good ass Wednesday
you're like,
or whatever.
And you're like, and I'm having a panic attack for you.
I know, dude. So he called me.
That means you're a good friend,
bro.
though.
You're not gonna believe what I saw. What? And I was like, what? He's like, I saw her. I was like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah. She was having dinner with.
How long was it?
Huh?
This is like hurting me so much.
This was
How
like
long?
This was like probably 2 months after. I know, dude.
Connor.
Dude, I know. 2 months after, just fully having dinner with a guy out in Old Town.
Insane.
And I was just like, yeah, dude.
Like, I can't hear that.
I can't fucking hear that. And that was only like a year-long relationship, which is still like this, still heavy. But it was just like, Tommy, you can't fucking tell me that shit. Dude.
Yeah. Advice. Fall in love, get a divorce, break up, stay together do it all. It will literally be fine. I'm in a great relationship right now.
It is weird that it all works out, folks.
It's just fine. It's just yeah.
Yeah. Life continues to
unless
rip.
you are in a relationship and you like really wanted to stay together, then I feel sorry for you. Then I would. It was a very mutual breakup. If you like really wanted to stay with her and you guys broke up, that sucks, man.
Oh, dude, so yours was mutual?
It was mute. Yeah, it was just it ran its course.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, she dumped me. She dumped my ass after a year. That hurt, but.
Year's tough.
I had better. My way of coping with it was pushing it down during the day, like subconsciously.
Yeah. We need to talk about your intimacy. I just watched a clip like yesterday.
Oh, about the cuddling thing?
What the fuck is your problem?
All right, we'll get into that on the Patreon. Hey,
you invite a girl
Tommy,
over,
Tommy, where can people find you? We'll talk about it later. You psycho.
That's like crazy. At Tommy Bear Time on all social media. Follow me, and I might start a podcast soon. So
yes.
Yeah, please follow me. And
He's one of the funniest men alive, folks.
Thank you, dude. That's really nice. You're hilarious too, bro. I love doing this podcast.
Dude, you're great. You're one of my favorites, dude. If you haven't heard him yet, from like some previous episodes, you've heard him now. He's great. Let's roll him the Patreon. You've been an idiot for listening. Good night and good luck.